I have a real simple story. I've been broke. Have anybody ever been broke? Like, I know in Atlanta, there's people who's bougie, and they don't like to keep it real. Is it all right if I keep it real? Yes. I did not fly all the way here to lie to anyone in this room. So when I was 21 years old, 2010, I seen this information on this industry about how you can invest money and then make residual income, right? So I'm gonna be honest, I was skeptical, didn't believe. I was introduced to it from a 19-year-old girl. I was 21 at the time, so I had to humble myself to listen to somebody younger than me, right? Can anybody humble themselves today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm so glad I did because I got started. The room was not packed at all. It was like 8 people in the room. There's about 200 in this room. Can y'all tell people was excited? So the energy wasn't there, right? But I was the only person who heard these words. They said, and I'm so glad I heard it, that you can retire from income, not age. When I heard that, I was already working 50 hours a week. I was getting paid $16 an hour. I was a full-time electrician. I was making great money, but I never had any money. Who knows there's a difference between making money and having money? There's a big difference, right? So I started saying, if this 33-year-old man is retired at 33, I know if I give it 2 years, I can be retired at 23. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gave this industry 8 months of my time. My first 2 months, I didn't make any money. I wanted to quit. 19-year-old girl said, quit and do what?
Wow.
You're 21 years old, you have to work till you're 68. You want to quit and do 40 years?
Wow.
I said, you know what? Let me try this thing 2 more months. That brings us 2 more months. Right? I gave it 2 more months. I thank God because within total of 8 months, I was able to walk away from my job. I told my boss, you know, you're great, but I need help packing my stuff. Right? So he helped me pack my stuff, and this is a true story too. I had a tool bag. He helped me carry my tool bag. And by month 12, just a year, I was able to retire my mother. Now, that was the best feeling in my entire life. The best feeling in my entire life. At 22 years old, I was able to walk to work with my mother and tell her boss that you will no longer show up here. Now, by a show of hands, who loves their parents? I want to tell everybody, because this information is going to be very quick. If you do not understand what's going on, it's okay if you know your family needs a blessing. Because my mother told me, do not join this industry. She said, if you have to spend money to make money, that's a scam. Right? But I joined to save her. And she told me, don't, trying to save me. Does this make sense? So fast forward, 23 years old, 24 years old, I made my first $1 million total in this industry, going from $29 total to my name. I didn't have a suit, I had a laptop that barely worked. So why am I saying that? A lot of you people are in a way better position than I was when I first seen this industry. Make sense? But I was desperate.
Wow.
Tell me they're going to say desperate. Yes. So there's some guests in the room today who's been praying for a blessing. And blessings, 9 times out of 10, they're too good to be true. So you're going to look at this information, and you're yourself going to say, this is too good to be true. But go home and pray for a what? Somebody say wow. Wow. Now say it backwards.
Wow.
Right? That's what's going to happen. So fast forward, I seen Paycation. I was making a lot of money at a young age, and I said to myself, if this is real, I can finally hit my goal of helping 100 people make 6 figures in 18 months. Because in my prior company, I was able to help 7, and it was way harder. So when I seen Paycation, I said, wait a minute. This must be God. Who would walk away from a multiple 6-figure income to start over from nothing? Raise your hand and do that bold. One person. That's what I did, ladies and gentlemen. I walked away from my lifestyle for a dream that you're about to see today. That in 5 months, I was able to do what it took me 5 years to do in 5 months.
Wow.
So with that being said, if you to feel it in your heart that this makes sense, do not listen to someone skeptical who's going to steal your dream. Everybody say, keep my dream.
Keep my dream.
Don't die right in. If you ready to say